with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge, on the growing edge.
Good morning, Allie B here, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you're just catching this for the first time, I'm Allie B, Allie Benjamin, and we broadcast every Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m. Mountain Time here at the Growing Edge. We're Growing Edge Live here at the Satya Center, and we're so glad that you're here. Whether you're here for the first time or you're someone that's been joining with us over the last few months. We've been doing this now since November 2019, and we do it each and every Sunday and then again Thursday night at, what time on Thursday? 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Today we're continuing our series of talks for the month of April based on this book. I know it's backwards, I apologize. This is Inner Engineering by Sadhguru, A Yogi's Guide to Joy. And so each and every Sunday this month, we've been sharing this message, this empowering message from this enlightened, awakened spiritual leader, Sadhguru. You can check him out. My talk last week was The Way Out is In. Actually, that was the first Sunday. Second Sunday, The Art of Responding. And so the whole effect of the spiritual process is to break the boundaries you've drawn for yourself and experience the immensity that you are. The aim is to unshackle yourself from the limited identity you have forged as a result of your own ignorance and live the way the Creator made you, utterly blissful and infinitely responsible. So that's the good news and the not so good news. We have a responsibility to craft our life, to live our life, to understand why we continue to repeat patterns of struggle and suffering. So before we get to that, I'd love to just take a moment. I can see people jumping on now. I'd like to take a moment to do a little grounding, a little centering. So if you will, take a deep breath. Exhale and relax. Deep breath. Exhale and relax even more. Deep breath in. Relax and surrender completely to this moment, the only moment. And as we arrive and center ourselves and feel the full presence of Mother Earth supporting us, we feel the full presence of our physical body and this amazing earth that we live on, all sentient beings. Let's connect with all life in our hearts, connecting, opening, experiencing a deeper level of connection, interconnection, interdependence, interrelatedness. And as we breathe and arrive in this awareness of oneness, we simply surrender to that infinite wisdom and intelligence that is within us, that knows how to breathe, move our blood through our system, oxygen, that knows how to function as a physical being on this planet. It takes very little effort from us to simply be here in this physical body. So as we arrive and open and allow whatever is seeking to be revealed today, let's open up to that. And whatever is seeking to be released and let go of, let's do that with gratitude today. And whatever is seeking to be activated, integrated, and implemented into our awareness, into our lives, may it be done with peace and joy and ease and confidence and a deep sense of equanimity. easy, graceful. And so in this field of ease and grace and love and light, let's open the outer eyes and connect here. And I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and write down where you're calling in from, where you're watching from, so that we can feel really connected. I know we've got a big community of people joining us from Ogden. I know that there's people around the globe that have been tuning in to Growing Edge Live each and every Sunday. So we say thank you for joining us. And thank you for continuing to financially support us so that we can truly give life to our vision to inspire minds, to heal hearts, and transform lives. So this month is inner engineering. We've been talking about the way out is in, that really our peace and our well-being doesn't come from seeking it out there. It comes from knowing that it starts inside us. It starts with us taking responsibility and knowing that we have the ability to respond to life when we're coming from this peaceful, grounded place, this sense of our own sovereignty, our own spiritual magnificence. We begin to see the importance of, rather than reacting to life, trying to fix life on the outside, trying to make something happen out there, to opening up to know that we can respond to whatever is going on out there in our lives in a peaceful, loving, joyful way. And that's how we, as participants in this thing called life, as part of this thing called life, become cooperative components. We start to resonate at an energy that is in the same particular frequency to the things that we want to experience. Things like peace and joy and creativity and abundance and well-being and kindness. The inside out message is we have to be it first. And the message to the art of responding is we get to respond in our most authentic, loving, spiritually awakened way to life. Why? Because we live in a universe that is based on the law of cause and effect. That means that we, as causative beings, create the effects in our lives. So we have to be the cause. So we have to be the joy, be the love, be the light, and then the universe magically arranges itself and mirrors back to us that very experience. That's how powerful we are. We have the ability to use our intellect, to use our awareness to create a beautiful world. And that's what we're being called to do. And I know if you're tuning in today, that's what you want. You want to rise above the struggle and the stress and the fear that is rampant today and move to a place of authentic power where we, as co-creators, conscious co-creators, have a great positive impact in the world, on the world, in our lives. And we do that by understanding it starts right here where we are. So today my talk is the art of joy. So Sadhguru, in his book, In Engineering, says that joy is a rare visitor in most people's lives, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm going to share with you some technologies today that are going to help each one of us to make joy our constant companion. Wouldn't that be lovely if joy, just hearing that there's the opportunity to make joy our constant companion, that we have the choice to do that? So if we follow some easy technologies, we can make joy our constant companion. Joy is the background frequency that is needed. Emphasized. Joy is the background frequency that is needed so that any aspect of our life will unfold magically and wonderfully. So we have to, that's just, if we're living optimally, if we're living at the highest potential as spiritual beings having a human experience, joy has to be the frequency, the milieu, the atmosphere in which we live. When we're living at that frequency of joy, and I don't mean happy, happy, joy, joy, jumping up and down necessarily, just an inner state of contentment, equanimity, meaning peaceful with what is, peaceful in the mind, mindful about what we're doing and where we are. And when we come from that place of joy, equanimity, then we find that our life unfolds with a sense of wonder, magic, awe. And so I'm going to help us tune in, be able to hear that still small voice, so that we will no longer be an issue in our own lives. Because isn't that the case? Nobody else is really at fault for our struggling. It's us. So we turn the light of awareness on ourselves, and we realize that we get to create the joy in our lives. So today, the art of joy. And so I have three things I'd like to share with you in regards to how to cultivate an ongoing atmosphere of joy, so that we can be on the frequency of the law of attraction, where we're attracting that which we want to experience. And at this particular time in human history, in human evolution, we have to raise our consciousness. That's what we're being called to do. Many people around the globe are talking about this. Go research Bruce Lipton today. He's talking about an activation that all of us can do at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. We move out, we transcend the atmosphere of fear, and we move into an atmosphere of love. And if enough people around the globe can move the frequency of humanity from fear to love, then we are going to move our experience along in a very beneficial, joyful way. So tune in to that frequency of love and appreciation at 11 a.m. today, 11 p.m. Anyway, back to my three keys to activating the art of joy in your life. The first one is, do the right things and the right things will happen. Do the right things and the right things will happen. You know the right things to do to align yourself with that which you want. Joy, peace, love, creativity. You know the right things. You're thinking thoughts that are above the line. You're thinking about what's working well. Do you know that we have three aspects to our being? We've got our body, our mind, and then our energy system. We have that magical spiritual realm of energy. And we get to manage, if we're consciously creating, we manage all three dimensions. The body, we do the right things and the right things will happen. We eat the right foods. We take time to meditate, to be still, to connect with everything. We allow our mind to become still and not be attached or grasping or thinking too much about what's going on out there. And we come back into our bodies and we allow the mind to be still, the body to be still, and we feel our energy, and we can direct our energy to that which we want. Do you know that your body is 72% water, 12% earth, 6% air, 4% fire, and 6% ether or space? So we are 5 elemental beings. And simply this life that we live is about managing those elements, those 5 elements. So the food you eat is important. The mental food you eat, the what you expose yourself to mentally is important. And the way you manage your energy through yoga, through exercise is very important. We have the opportunity to manage this body, mind, spirit, or body, mind, ether thing that we are. We get to manage this, and we get to choose consciously how we engage in life. The second key is to be generous, to express yourself, to express your joy, to express your exuberance. Sadhguru says, but to be loving is simply this, a willingness to respond freely and openly. We have the ability to respond to life by being loving, by being joyful, by being helpful, by being kind. And when we move from the dimension of I need something to happen out there, or I want something out there, and if I have that thing, then I'm going to be happy. And we move to just simply being generous with ourselves instead of wanting something. Instead of thinking we have to acquire something, we get to do what we want, which is we want to be generous. If we want life to be generous with us, we have to mirror that nature. And when we mirror the nature of being generous, then we activate that divine creative flow, and then we have more to be grateful for because we're receiving so much. When we're giving joy, we're experiencing joy, because that's the nature of the universe. It's always experiencing itself at the level of consciousness that it is. And you are able to raise or lower your level of awareness, your consciousness. So as you simply raise your consciousness to be in alignment with that which you want, then you experience that. And the last one is to choose joy. Do what you enjoy doing, but more importantly, whatever you're doing, even if it's washing the dishes, raking the leaves, paying the bills, whatever it might be, do it with a sense of joy. Can you simply tune off that mind that says, this is a burden, I don't enjoy this is uphill, why me? Can we tune that off and just simply be present with what we're doing and bring a sense of gratitude for the very life that we've lived, for this opportunity to be cutting vegetables, to be raking leaves, to be paying our bills? And when we can move from always wanting to do things that are fun to a place of just simply enjoying ourselves, whatever we're doing, wherever we are, we simply get to bring that to life. John Donahoe says, each day is a journey. We come out of the night into the day. All creativity awakens at the primal threshold where light and darkness test and bless all of us. You can only discover balance in your life when you learn to trust the flow of this ancient rhythm. There is an ancient rhythm that is occurring. It's this thing called life, and you are life. And so as we trust this ancient rhythm, and we stand at the threshold, particularly now with everything that's occurring within our world, and as it really feels like there's a shift happening, that change is happening, and we're on a threshold. And John in his poem here talks about being at the threshold of light and dark, of a new day. And as we realize that we are on the threshold of a new era, a new world, a new day, we can simply take this time to realize this is where we wake up. We wake up in the dawn. We wake up in the morning. We wake up at the threshold of a new day. And within that waking up, literally, physically, and spiritually, in that waking up, we wake up that creative faculty within us. And as we wake up that creative faculty within us, we know that we have the ability to create whatever we want. So let's do a little practice here, waking up whatever we want. We have the ability to harness our energies, and we are a polarity of energies, of light and dark, and good and bad, and this and that. It's the way life is. So let's ground our energies by doing a namaste. This is where we bring our hands together, palms together in a prayerful pose over the heart. And as we bring our hands together, we simply bring all the energies and polarities together to center. Close the eyes, take a breath, and feel your energy. You've connected the circuits. You're now bringing in the masculine and the feminine components of your energy system. You're balancing, you're harmonizing, you're honoring yourself, you're honoring all sentient beings, because in this namaskar, this namaste, we're saying the divinity in me is awake, is aware, and acknowledges the divinity in you. So we can practice this namaste with even more consideration, more consciousness, as we realize it's a prayer for all humanity. So several times a day, balance your energies, bring them into center by simply doing a namaskar, namaste. We can watch our breath. We can take time each morning to manage and harness the energy that is flowing through our bodies. This pranic energy that is moving through us, and we can manage that energy through our breath. Do some deep inhales and exhales, and bring your awareness into your body and feel connected to all of life. And as you go about your day, as you're taking a walk, or you're reading, or you're looking around your home, or getting ready in the morning, connect with everything: the toothbrush, the bar of soap, the leaves, the trees, and look at them as though they're part of you, because they are. We're all connected, we're all holy, everything is holy. And when we see life that way, when we connect with everything with a sense of awe and wonder and presence, we elevate our joy, and we choose joy in every moment. So here's my deep dive question for you today. Where in your life are you rigid? Where are you holding on? Where are you creating a blockage or a stagnation in your life because you've got rigid thinking, rigid habits, where you're rigid in a relationship maybe? And think about that. Where am I rigid in my life? And where in my life would I like more ease and flow? So where am I rigid? Where would I like more ease and flow? So here's an affirmation, a couple of them, to help us move into alignment with ease and flow. So close the eyes, hands on the heart, listen and repeat. I keep my thoughts aligned with what lifts me up. I keep my thoughts aligned with what lifts me up. Good. Another one. I express my joy with exuberance. I express my joy with exuberance. Good. Another one. I express my love, my peace, and my gratitude with exuberance. I express my love, my peace, and my gratitude with exuberance. Wonderful. Let's close with an activation, closing the eyes, hands on heart, feeling our connection to all life. And as we recognize the one life, the one power, the one presence, the one infinite organizing intelligence, we simply surrender into our true nature. We are individual aspects of this one life, creative in every way. So I know and accept for each being listening to this right now live or the recording later, that we lift our hearts and we lift our minds to a place of joy and gratitude and peace. And it's in this place, in this in this expansion of awareness, that we join, that we connect in this grand matrix of life, that we energize the field with our love, that we lift up humanity with our prayers of peace and joy and exuberance, and that anyone that is feeling feared, scared, sadness, loneliness, that is ill, sick, or experiencing great loss at this point, be lifted up in the awareness that humanity loves, supports, appreciates each and every being. And may we be lifted in this awareness. May all beings be lifted in this awareness. May we open up to being consciously co-creating joy and grace and ease in our lives and each other's lives. And so I simply say thank you, life. Thank you for this opportunity to be here, to live, to move, to have our being, to celebrate this life. Even though we're apart at this moment, we're together in spirit, always and in all ways. So I give thanks for all the opportunities that are arising because of these times that we're in. Thank you for all of those that are supporting the people that are ill, all our frontline workers, doctors, nurses, staff, scientists, technicians that are creating healing and health on this planet, all the teachers that are supporting our youth during these times, every frontline worker, people that are bringing our food, our lighting, our electricity, and all of our resources that we need. And we give thanks for everything that is occurring that makes our life so easy. We know that there's ease and flow happening, that we're all open and receptive to that, and we simply say thank you. Thank you, life. Opening the eyes, taking a moment just to honor each other. Go ahead and write down in the comments what it is you're coming into alignment with, what you're feeling called to bring forth into this world. And if you've enjoyed this, if you'd like to support the Satya Center, because like centers and churches all around, we're still in business. Small businesses, restaurants, florists, we're all seeking to maintain our way of doing things. So let's allow the abundant flow, our prosperity, to go out and come in and go out. So if you've enjoyed this message and you'd like to support it, then please Venmo Satya Center, SATYACENTER, Satya Center. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. We love you. Join us on Thursday night with Michael at 7 p.m. here at the Satya Center on Facebook. Peace and blessings.